Let's have a first glance at Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 is the fourth stage of the Industrial Revolution. Well, if there's a fourth stage of the Industrial Revolution, obviously there have been three prior ones. So let's look at them. The first one was the first Industrial Revolution, introducing mechanical production plants with the help of water and steam power. This was at about the end of the 18th century. You see it here visualized with a weaving loom. Then the second Industrial Revolution followed with the introduction of mass production by means of electrical energy. This was towards the end of the 19th century, so about 100 years after the first Industrial Revolution. And as you see on the horizontal axis we have time, on the vertical axis we have the degree of complexity of value creation in these successive waves of industrial revolutions. What we call the third Industrial Revolution is the use of electronics and IT for further automation of production. This was in the early 1970s, so a little less than 100 years after the second Industrial Revolution. What we're talking about now is the fourth Industrial Revolution, the digitalization and networking of industrial production. Well, it started a few years ago and it's still ongoing and will go on in the next years. What are central features of Industry 4.0? Well, it's the automation of value creation. We already had that in the third Industrial Revolution, but now with digitalization and increasing networking of machines and processes, we see even higher levels of automation of value creation. Industry 4.0 is about the establishment of value chains and value networks across company boundaries. And this networking across company boundaries is a marked difference between the third and the fourth Industrial Revolution. It's about real-time and intelligent decentralized processes. At best, with the product itself navigating its way through the production process, through different machinery, and telling the machinery which production steps it needs. Then Industry 4.0 is about digitally integrated engineering. So an integration of the engineering process and the production process with feedback loops in between and short cycle times in between. Then it's about networking of machines, so with machine-to-machine communication, and of products among themselves, products with machines, and processes. Finally, Industry 4.0 is about highly flexible and configurable production systems, meaning that you have multi-purpose production systems, individual machinery, but also the entire plant, which can be rather easily reconfigured to produce other products or potentially other services. Now, with this background, what is your perspective? Is Industry 4.0 truly a revolution, or is it merely an evolution compared to the third Industrial Revolution? Industry 4.0 includes the interlinking of the physical world and the cyber world. What you see here in this schematic picture is that at the bottom we have the physical world, we have the shop floor, we have a robot arm, we also have workers, we also have logistics processes, you see it visualized with a truck. And on top of this physical world we have a cyber world. And they are obviously interlinked, and this interlinkage is what we call a cyber-physical system, a CPS for short. And the cyber-physical system with the shop floor and the cyber world within a factory, that's what we call a smart factory. But then in Industry 4.0, we have this interlinkage across factories and across company boundaries. So we don't only have a single smart factory, but we have multiple smart factories who are interconnected with each other and who are connected to the Internet of Things, having potentially connection with the smart connected products which are manufactured and shipped to customers, and with people. And all this interlinkage is the physical and cyber world in Industry 4.0. Now, what are the core building blocks which make up this Industry 4.0 cyber-physical systems? Well, you see it nicely illustrated here in this picture from Bitkom and Fraunhofer IAO. It's about embedded systems in the cyber-physical systems. It's about smart factories, robust networks, cloud computing, and IT security.